Hi folks, Dr. Bob McCauley. I thought I'd tell you a couple of anecdotal stories about spirulina and iron levels in the body and candida. Before I get going today, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know every time I make another video. Very important. Many years ago, I started taking spirulina. Never heard of spirulina or chlorella. And somebody came to me with phytoplankton and said, try taking this, and it was spirulina. And I started taking it, and I've been taking spirulina and or chlorella every day of my life since. That was in 1995. And I've been taking it probably 3, 4, 5 months. I actually got some in and began to sell it in my store. I was bottling it myself and everything. I thought this stuff was just great. And somebody came to me and said, man, I just went to the doctor. This is a woman, and she had anemia. So very, very low iron. It was 60% low. So she was at a 40% rate, and she just says, I'm constantly tired. Went to the doctor, and he gave me some prescription for some iron tablets. So I said, you know what? I said, I don't think you're going to need those. Try taking the spirulina. It's full of iron. I was looking at the nutritional analysis in here, and let's see what happens. So she goes away. I give her a bunch of spirulina. She goes on it for 2 weeks, okay? Within 2 weeks, she's got all her energy back, and she feels fantastic. I mean, it was really less time than that. So she went back to the doctor right about then because she was getting tested for some other things because she also had candida. So she says, is this going to take care of my candida? Well, I said, let's find out. Well, after 2 weeks, she goes back to the doctor. There's 2 results. Number one, her iron's back to normal. Okay, it's right back to the range where it should be. The doctor cannot believe it. But anyway, so she has a blood test. He doesn't see it then because she has another blood test, and it's not a couple days later. He calls her and he says, yeah, your blood's back to normal. But she says, I feel great. But the candida hadn't gone away. So he calls her up 2 days later and says, Bob, your iron is right back to normal. You must have taken those iron pills, but you said you didn't get them. And he goes, no, I took this stuff, spirulina. And he was a really older guy, and I give him a lot of credit because he was really interested. He said, wow, that sounds fantastic. What is it? He wrote it down, and I don't know if he ever got it or not, but he was open-minded to the idea for sure. He couldn't believe that had done that for that woman. But the candida, the yeast infection, remained. So the spirulina hadn't done much to help that at all. It hadn't done anything. So once again, I went back and I researched. And this is 1995, so it wasn't like just jump on the internet and find everything. I went out and I got books. I actually went down to the library. I mean, I really researched this stuff, and I found a really simple solution to it. And everybody said the same thing that I could find: probiotics, friendly bacteria. So I actually went out and I got this person some probiotics. I gave it to her, and literally within 1 week, she had a very, very bad yeast infection. Some of the ladies will know what I'm talking about, but there's a lot of itching and just even worse, just a lot of discomfort down there. Within a week it went away, and she didn't have the itching, and it was within 2 weeks she felt fantastic. So when you get a yeast infection like candida, it is throughout your body. I mean, it's not just, it's coming out now in the vaginal area, but believe me, it's in the blood, it's everywhere throughout your body. So you really need to go through and to do it in a complete cleanse, and probiotics is a great way to do that. Make sure you don't feed yourself any sugar during that time, because any kind of sugar, that's what the yeast loves, and it literally thrives on that. But probiotics was a great solution to that. And the spirulina, again, didn't do much for it at all. And that shows you've got to address these things with the right, the problems with the right solutions. And spirulina just was not right. But it's sure for the candida, but it was amazing for the iron. And again, just doing that in a couple of weeks. And then the probiotics, and I couldn't even tell you the brand of probiotics I gave the woman. It just shows you that it was enough to do the trick. And I've given probiotics to a young child one time. He had really, really bad breath. I put some on a banana and gave it to him, and he ate it down. It was a little powder, and within about 20-30 minutes the bad breath was gone. So this shows you what probiotics can do for your body. It's a halitosis when you really have bad smelling breath, not just onion breath. That's halitosis. Your food's rotting inside you. But all disease starts in our digestive tract. So the Candida is a good example that you got some really bad overgrowth there, really serious problems. But you can always address these. So spirulina for the iron, probiotics for the Candida, the yeast infection. And those are just two anecdotal stories. No, I don't have any proof. A lot of people will tell you, no, you can't get iron from spirulina. You can't get B12 from spirulina and chlorella. Well, my B12 is fantastic, and I don't supplement with anything. So I think you can. Dr. Bob McCauley, I'll see you again.